We haven't done
Right.
that?
We're not, we're 501c4. We're under the umbrella of the 501c3 of the foundation.
So we would have to do that. But beyond that, I'm
Yeah.
talking much bigger picture than the
Like what-
mechanics guys.
But where
What kind of direction should we take?
Start buying the equipment for the vision screening.
For sure. That
Yeah.
would
Well, I
take
figured that was a given.
that was a given.
Yeah.
But if somebody entrusted threw us this money and said, you're going to be stewards for this money, I want you to make the most of it for your community, what would you do? Would you give it away in one lump sum? Would you set it up as a trust to dole it out as grants every year?
It kind of, I would set it up as a shoot, what is endowment? And take out, say, you know, $50,000 to $75,000 the first year, and let the rest of it rest in endowment and grow. And then spread that wealth around.
What do you think, Pete?
Well, yeah, I think, we need to set up some kind of a foundation, but I'd like to see about half of it go to the Georgia Lions camp. How much are you getting, did you say?
I said $1 million. If somebody walked in and gave us $1 million and said, you're the stewards for this money to help your community.
Yeah, I'd set up and give 500,000 to the Georgia Lions camp.
So you give most of it, almost all of it away at the beginning.
Or half of it.
Yeah, and I mean, we've still got 500 in the foundation. We can help a lot of other people with that.
I'm honored.
What do you think, Don?
Well, I agree with Pete, except then I'd also give about 100,000 to Leader Dog, and a good chunk to Lighthouse as well. Yeah, my first choice after the first thing I thought of camp, but then Leader.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ryan?
If it was me, I would think more long term, because I think about this with my nonprofit. First thing I would do is hire somebody who can fundraise to keep the money going, like somebody who's very well known, who has the connections, who can write grants, and then either you can use that money to maybe bless other people with grants. Also have that person constantly bringing in more money. And I think then you can do whatever you want, because if you have those connections and you get more money coming in, like 10, 20 years down the line, money is never going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at Harvard, Yale, they have these big endowments of billions and tens of billions of dollars.
And they have people like my wife works for Gwinnett Tech, and they're in the process now of trying to fire the person who was in charge of raising money is gone. And they're realizing when that person isn't there, you realize how important that position is.
Sure.
How much
and I think it's worth paying somebody like $100,000 to like $100,000 a year to bring in more money. If you can pay them $100,000 and they can bring in a couple $100,000 or more a year, keep it going. And then you can start an endowment, you can start some type of a scholarship, and then you can be the person that's giving out the money or helping other organizations.
What do you think, Catherine?
Oh, they all sound like such awesome ideas. I said my absolute first thought though was spend half and keep and invest half, or have half, as for the future. But I would probably, like Don, want to spread it out between the camp, the Lighthouse, Leader Dogs, Learning Ally, all the charities that we have supported for so long, to bless them with a gift of, with more zeros behind it is, I'm sure would make their day, but
Well, I asked this question for two reasons. Number one, when I lived in Southeast Georgia, there's a church down there that inherited $28 million.
Wow.
With no strings attached. Their mission was to be good stewards of the money and for the community. And you don't think about what a problem that is until you have that kind of money, and you have to set up a structure and put everything in place so that you can minimize the infighting that's going to happen in the church.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of a sudden, everybody in that church thinks they are the personal steward for that $28 million.
Sure.
And the other one was that Mackenzie Scott, I brought her up because last year when she got divorced, she got $37 billion worth of Amazon stock.
Mm-hmm.
She gave away $6 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And this year she's worth $75 billion.
Yep.
I think
Wow.
that man dumped the wrong woman.
So,
Anyway,
And then he went to space.
pardon me, and
he went
he
into
made it
space.
back.
Well, yes.
Despite all the people that were wishing he wouldn't. Now you guys can hear us okay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The video every now and then freezes up, but the audio is no issue.
Okay.
I forgot to go back to Bill after he made such a wise comment about setting to sign the check. To make the deposit slip. For the,
I like increasing the donations that we've been making to the groups, local groups, and with Lions, increasing those donations. But then again, keeping a good chunk of that, I guess, tucked in our pocket and investing, to keep the money going for more than just a year or two.
yeah. In fact, the church that I was mentioning, they set up a foundation and they give out yearly grants, and basically they give out the grants based on the income that the trust
Sure.
generates every year.
Yeah.
But then they didn't get an executive director. That would have been, they certainly should do that probably.
Hey, Tom,
Yeah,
check the lobby.
thank you.
Kathy Schrader is trying to get in.
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
Do you see her?
No, I don't. Oh, there
is.
she is.
She got to you before she got to us. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
I hear music. Must be Kathy's music.
Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Okay,
Can you hear
Kathy.
us?
Wave your hand if you can hear us, Kathy.
Let's take that as a no.
Let's see. Do you see a microphone?
No.
Kathy?
Hi.
There she is.
We were worried. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. How are y'all today?
We're
We're
awesome.
Good.
Should I ask
You-
Kathy before we move
Now
on?
you're here.
Good.
Let's run.
All right, guys. Operations. You want to give us a golfer update, Catherine?
Sure. As of 5 o'clock, we have 37 total registered golfers. And of that, 25 of them are first responders.
Okay.
So, so that means the rest of them are either sponsors or they've paid for a foursome. I got an email earlier today. I did not include them in these numbers because he hasn't responded back to me, but one of our returning firefighters emailed me today and said he had a group of 11 that wanted to play and wanted to make sure there was room for all of them. So we'll be getting them set up as well. So we're just about at the halfway mark on our first responder slots.
Good.
Still plenty of room for paying golfers and sponsors.
Well, I think we have more paying golfers right now than we had this time last year.
Not yet. We're getting there, but
Okay.
not yet.
All right. We have your postcards. Come on by and pick them up.
See if I can, it's really hard to see them, I'm sure.
All right. Anything else under operations you want to cover, Kathy?
Yeah.
Not at the moment.
Who said yeah?
No, I said, because I thought you called her Kathy and not Catherine.
If I did, it was a faux pas.
No worries. Well, I said, I don't want to get confused with Kathy, so we got to keep it straight.
And we have evidence of it if I did. So.
Nope, it's all good.
We don't want to read your obituary in the paper tomorrow.
Other operations, while I'm thinking about it, we now have 2 really cool raffle prizes.
Yay.
One is a hour-long airplane tour of Atlanta and Lake Lanier, sponsored by the Aero Ventures Flying Club. So I think that's up to 3 or 4 people with their pilot leave out of Briscoe Airfield, and they get a really cool tour. So we're really excited about having them they were a whole sponsor last year, so they've kind of stepped up this year and offered that prize. And I've gotten through one of my vendors and clients to get a Yeti cooler. We got a 45-quart Tundra cooler at wholesale.
Wow.
So using the funds that we had set aside from last year for just such a purpose, they were able to get me one at wholesale. So that's, I'm sure, going to be a really nice draw. Hopefully
Good.
get people like wanting to take home that big honking Yeti. Still looking for probably one more really, really big, cool thing. I'm praying for an electric smoker or a really cool grill or something else that would speak to those with testosterone.
Like Buc-ee's?
Like Buc-ee's and golfers and.
Well, y'all, you know that golfing is really big with women's groups.
Yes.
So I don't know if historically if the Lions Club has targeted the Women's Golfing Association for our golfing tournament.
I don't think we
We
have,
have
but we
not.
could
We
certainly
have
reach
not.
out.
Do you
We
know
can
how we would
definitely do that, yes.
Okay.
Great suggestion, Kathy.
Do you know, there is a local association in the county?
Well, I know that Chateau Alon has a women's golfing club, River Club, Sugarloaf, all the neighborhoods and developments that have the golf courses within the
Sure.
they have the women's golfers groups.
Do you
So-
know any of those golfers?
I do. So I'll reach out to some and yeah. Start.
Awesome.
That'd be great. That would be a big improvement over last year because we had Gail Higginbotham.
Yep. And she's already coming back.
And who else played?
Donna Donna didn't play last year, but I think she said they were going to be
She
involved
and
this
Keith are
year.
gonna play this
I
year.
think.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be great. We need,
Okay.
that's awesome,
Yeah,
Kathy.
absolutely.
I can't believe we didn't think of that. Anything else?
What is the sponsorship for a whole? How much are we asking for?
So a whole sponsorship is $150.
No.
Kathy, please go out to the website at Lawrenceville Lions Golf because
Okay.
our sponsorships go up into the 4 figures.
Okay, good.
But we've always offered the whole sponsorships at $150. They get a sign, and a lot of them, at least at this point, thanks to Pete's wonderful efforts, 80 to 90% of them are repeats. So we
Okay.
don't have to spend the money on the sign. So it's all pure profit at that point.
Okay.
And then it goes up from there. And you can see the whole list. If you go under sponsorships,
Okay.
you can see everything that we have that we're looking for and wanting help with.
And if you have ideas on other things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
By all means.
Anything else?
Not in that department. That's kind of like I said where we're at right now. So
Okay.
Catherine, you have a list, or Tom have a list of the whole sponsors with the individual that actually sold that sponsorship handy?
It's at my computer at my house.
The reason I ask that, so we don't go into somebody else. If I went into one that I've already sold, somebody doesn't need to follow up with that because I've made that connection over time. So that's what I'm talking about there. We don't need 2 or 3 people going into a previous sponsor and, trying to hit them again when we've got somebody that's sold it once before.
Okay.
So you're asking us to distribute that or post that out? Is that what you're saying?
I think that's what Pete's getting at.
Okay. All right. Anything else? All right. The Marie has offered to take pictures at our meetings and our events and stuff and I'm talking about pictures of us. Like when we're sitting around the tables and stuff here on a regular basis. And Ryan did a great job too, but I think we had talked last time about photography for the golf tournament specifically,
Yes,
right?
it's secured.
It's secured. Okay.
My niece is going to be coming out.
Okay. Good deal.
She has volunteered her talents and time.
Yay. That is fantastic.
Right.
Absolutely. And I told her the main thing I want her to do is be set up at one of the holes to get pictures of the teams as they come through. Because that is something we did not get last year.
Hey, Pete, back to your question about a list of sponsors. We sent out a sponsor letter yesterday by email. So all of your sponsors that you have sold have gotten a letter from us welcoming them back. So anytime you want to reach out to them, it's up to you.
Well, I'll go out to the same ones, but if they've worked with me before, they ought to work with me again.
Right, I understand. I was just letting you know that they got a letter, okay? Everybody that was a sponsor last year got a letter, including your sponsors. The golf balls is a done deal?
With Dixon, yes.
Yeah.
We are on their calendar.
Good deal. Top Golf.
Top Golf. I've been there past few weeks a lot. I'm having a hard time to get them to not even just respond. I went there last week. I spoke to, I forget the lady's name, about tell them what we're trying to do, also with my organization. And she was like, okay, I would give it to Chris, who's the marketing manager and everything. Never heard back. I went up there today, couldn't even get anybody. And so I'll be back up there again on Friday. So I'll keep trying, but they are just non-responsive.
I think they're overwhelmed too.
Yeah, it was really busy in there today. But I'll keep trying, and so hopefully I have an update by the next meeting.
I'll see if I'll go back to their webpage that talks about that program and see if there's.
Yeah, it's a guy, I think his name is Chris Donegan. I think that's his name, who's in charge of events.
So he's Brian's brother? Distant cousin?
No worries. Like I said, it's and that program may be run separately from the individual clubs too, the individual locations. So
yeah, they did say previously they don't do any type of fundraising or any type of events until 90 days out. So I don't know if it's something that they just.
That's a switch.
Well, they said it because it's a new 90 days out, meaning
after they've been open.
They just opened at the end of May. Gotcha. So they said they won't start a lot of this stuff until August to September. So I don't know if maybe that's the issue. Could be. And like I said, I'm not necessarily looking for them to do any fundraising. I want more
I want those first responders to be aware that they can get a deal, you know, and if they want, it just, to me, it looks good to have people that support first responders there that,
Right.
you know, this is just one more thing that we can do. They want to drop off a bunch, you know, we can pick up little postcards and put it in their goodie bag, but I don't think it would have the same appeal if they could register people right then and there.
I'll bring some postcards with me on Friday when I go up there.
Yeah, see if
And,
they'll,
yeah, so I'll work on that also. I'll be at the Gwinnett Chamber on Friday, so I'll take
Okay.
some up there as well. And
Awesome.
I'll make an announcement and let everybody in the room know.
Cool.
When I do my pitch, and I'll let everybody know about the golf tournament.
Good deal.
awesome.
Thanks, Ryan.
That reminds me, I gotta call PGA Superstore.
Anybody else like Kathy that has golfer friends or associations that we need to reach out to?
I don't think Bill made many friends at the tournament, so.
Bill
Yeah.
didn't?
I said,
Yeah.
didn't try to talk to any of the lady golfers about coming and playing in our tournament.
Yeah. All right. What are we missing? Anybody? So if I think we haven't forgotten anything?
I don't think so.
Good deal. Next meeting on the August the 17th.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Same way. We'll do it just like this.
Oh, and I guess it should go with noting, you know, even though it was mentioned at the last meeting, we have our honorary chair of the tournament,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
the great and talented Mr. Melvin Eversley will be our honorary chair. So that's going to be awesome.
Brian, do we need to follow up with him as far as, I mean, I know you talked to him, but as far as providing him with any additional information or, you know,
It might be a good idea. Just in case, just to make sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
okay. I will, can you send me his contact information, please?
Absolutely, I can do that.
Ryan said he's got it. I'll get it from
Okay,
Ryan.
good. Good.
I will invite him to join us for the meeting on the 17th of August.
Good deal.
Good.
Like I said, I think the biggest hurdle we've got right now is, you know, like I said, trying to get the word out and, you know, and finding sponsors. Because a lot of the sponsorships have, you know, the golf included. And if they don't, we can certainly tack it on if they want it. But I know Tom and Bill, the other Bill, have been trying to make calls. And like I said, obviously we're reaching out to everybody that's donated last year, hoping that they will come back and work with us again.
And Catherine got us a new volunteer today.
Yeah, Fireman Jim said he wanted to help out, so not just play. So super nice.
No.
Anybody that met Fireman Jim last year?
Yeah, if we need volunteers, I can get some of the kids from my group, if we need volunteers to help, and I can get them to come out and help.
It is a day off of school, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of it's a crazy thing because the club does such a wonderful job,
Okay.
you know, managing some of it. And then usually the things where we're looking for, like, Bill Garrett comes out and volunteers because he likes sitting on the hole-in-one contest,
Yeah.
being the spotter, because you have to have an eyewitness. You know, for most kids, we're like, you want me to sit here for how long and stare at what? And, you know.
Yeah, he was there for like 4 or 5 hours?
4 or 5 hours. He was perfectly content sitting out there at the green watching the golfers. But like I said, it could be something where we can come up, you know, see what we can come up with, because I'd love to get the kids involved.
Yeah,
And
if you think of anything, just let me know, and then I can definitely help.
okay.
We certainly want to expose them to lions. I mean.
Oh, absolutely. And then, like I said, if you can think of or have any ideas of who we could reach out to for a super cool raffle prize, my eyes and ears are always open. If somebody will put TVs on sale, I've got a little bit money left in the coffers to buy a 70-inch television for $195.
70-inch television.
That would be awesome if one was available.
Well, I keep seeing
get
them
cheaper every
online,
year.
but they're not, when I don't recognize the site, and when I do a search on the site, I hear, don't go there. So I don't go there. But
Maybe a projector.
I don't know, but like I said, Target and Walmart and stuff, you can usually get a 55, you can get a 30 something inch screen for dirt.
Right.
But to get 55-inch or above, you either don't know the brand or it's not a smart TV or what have you. So
Right.
So we continue to look, but
Like I said, when I go to the Chamber Friday, there's always people there doing different door prizes and stuff there. So I can probably get somebody, if I let them know about it.
Sure.
Might be able to, it may not be like something big, it might
No,
be like
but-
a service or something.
But even something like that would be really cool, because like I said, what we want to be able to do is have, I don't need 30 raffle prizes. We just want to have some key ones that when they buy the raffle tickets, that they can put their tickets in whatever prize it is they want to win. So it's, but yeah, stuff like that would be awesome.
What was Brian Oaken's company's name?
US Health.
US Health. Ryan, if you're there and nobody else is there, look for US Health and find out who's the.
Yeah, because Ryan just left
to
there.
somebody, this guy the other day.
Because their whole, their mission is to participate in the community along with selling insurance. So.
I have a card. I literally just got a card from a guy from US Health because he said something about insurance.
Okay, yeah, they're here right here in Lawrenceville, so.
So I'd like to get a couple of, we had one member that was, and then he transferred to Greenville, so we lost him. So trying to get somebody else from there.
Okay,
All right.
Let's see if I can find this information. I know I have it.
awesome.
Anybody else?
I'd say if anybody has any blinding flashes of the obvious outside of this meeting, feel free to contact Tom or I.
If you talk to Mackenzie Scott and she wants to give us $1 million
Yes.
for 28 million, let us know.
Anybody knows how to get something in front of her,
Yeah. All right, so August the 17th, we'll do it again. Appreciate, look, I really appreciate everybody that showed up tonight for all your help. No, Catherine does too. Super
And-
say we.
And since you couldn't make it to tonight's meeting, if you'll come to the membership meeting, I will bring something else sweet to eat. I will just start bribing you with baked goods.
Baked goods. I like being bribed with baked goods. It's an offer I can't refuse. Anyway.
Got to keep the king happy.
All right, guys, we'll let you go.
Well, one more
What-
thing, if you don't mind. Not got anything to do with the golf meeting, but if anybody is free this Saturday, and if you would like to join me over at our new clubhouse, and maybe do a little cleaning up. That refrigerator looks nasty, and I'd like to put some paint on the ceiling there in a couple of spots. Maybe we could cover up some of the holes with spackling, things like that wouldn't take, too long. I'm thinking about an hour, no more than 2 hours on Saturday morning. So if y'all are free, I will be over there.
What time?
9 o'clock. Is that too early?
No? Bill,
Why
are you
so
working?
late?
9 a.m.
Yes. 9 a.m.
2 a day.
Bill, I won't put you on the ladder to do the painting, okay?
Oh, thank you.
All right, guys. Anything else?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, I know we got a meeting coming up next week, but I wanted to share this with you. Brian and I went to the camp this past weekend. We stopped at Ellis Brothers, and you might be happy to know that the price of pecans is not going up this year.
Oh,
Good deal.
good.
And it may drop a little bit, but I'm not going to put all my marbles in one pot for that. If they're the same price, I'll be happy.
That's outstanding, Pete. Thanks.
It is.
Absolutely.
It almost makes up for you not letting Brian walk inside the Buc-ee's.
Well, look, he's the driver.
Yes.
The driver, if you know, if I don't listen to the driver, he will drive away and leave. And then I pick up. I have to respect the driver's wishes.
Oh,
As
and
you-
we went into Bucky's too.
Well, no, we stopped at Buc-ee's and took a picture, but it was very, very busy over there, and
We didn't stay.
we didn't stay. It was like quick picture, bam, bam, gone.
There must have been 800 people in that place.
Wow.
I was gonna say it was more than that on Sunday.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, somebody has been here from the Boy Scouts. Stuff is gone. Not everything, but stuff
Yeah,
is
the
gone.
sign over the porch is gone.
The file cabinets are gone. That's most of what I noticed was the file cabinets.
Yeah.
They're still a mess. But do we now have any clear word from the city that we can toss the rest of this?
I sent Steve North a email the other day and told him we hadn't seen, any change. That was after our last meeting. I haven't heard back from him. But I guess over last weekend, they must have come in and moved some of that stuff. I bet they had fun getting that sign off the roof,
I'm sure.
off the porch. So
Okay.
they're working on it. So that's all we can expect.
Okay.
Good deal. All right.
Thank you, everybody.
Going once, going twice.
Good night, y'all.
Thank y'all. See you
Sorry.
Saturday.
Bye.
I'll be
Bye-bye.
here.
right.
Bye,
Have a
Bonds.
good week.
Thanks for coming, Kathy.
Yes, sir. Sorry I was late.
All right. Take care.
You too. How do I get out of here?